7730, 7700. I figured I should stop in and look at it.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. Got the trailer ready, truck ready previously, and yeah, we gotta go do some trucking. We are headed west, almost to Rochester. Honestly, we're on concrete roads. Yeah. As we know from previous adventures, I'm not a fan of concrete roads. Yeah. Okay, we got some stops to make now. We gotta get something. Ooh. What are they doing? Working on the side of the road. Coal patch on the concrete road. Yeah, that's gonna work out. We got some stops to make. We are headed to pick up 2 items, and then after that, we got 1 item. We might drop the trailer. I'm trying to figure out my logistics. Wow. But yeah, this trip isn't as planned out as I wish I had it, but there's so many variables that are going on. So we're moving. We're making it down the road. We'll get there. Ohio, here we are. Sure glad I didn't stop for diesel in PA or New York. 374 in Ohio. But Love's is 389. Sure beats what I've been paying lately. Last night in the Mac, I paid 409 just in the outskirts of Utica, but hopefully it gets cheaper as we go across some more. I'm on a deadline, so I'm trying to move along, and I haven't ate anything today, so we're gonna make a stop here at some point. Pretty much every time I come through here in Ohio, gotta hit Waffle House. And of course, get some leftovers for Yanko. Well, there you go, buddy. You got some steak, some bacon, there's some ham in there. It's all yours. He ran around before, we gotta help. That's yours. We gotta keep going. Clean the windshield up, threw some fuel in, got some money out, and we're off. Keep heading west. Yeah, we got a long day still ahead of us, so hoping this all works out. Made it through Cleveland, Ohio ahead of rush hour, so 320 rolling through here. That's a win, because it was slower going, but it could be a whole lot worse if we hit it at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So yeah, I guess we did time that halfway decent. You know, we timed that. Alrighty, 3 more hours westbound. Got to jump another state and see what we got. 16 row Kinsey, pulling through some cover crop, and it is friggin' dark. They are racing the rain out here. The guy who loaded me with the one thing probably tomorrow morning, he was like, we're gonna be shut down at 4. So to the south of me, it is dark. I think we're gonna miss it, but yeah. New York, Western New York had a lot of groundwork. Out here, not so much. There's a lot of unplanted. Crops look good as far as that looks like wheat. But yeah, otherwise, I think we've all been in the same boat. Mother Nature's been really, really tough for a lot of people this year. So I'm just lucky that I'm behind and Mother Nature's keeping people behind, so I don't feel so behind. Here comes the rain. That 16 row is gonna get caught in it. It's always a wonder, how far can you push it before you get it? I'm only a minute down the road, so. And it's sunny over here, so that dark sky to our south is definitely hammering some ground out. So I'm rolling along, I think it's Oxford, Ohio. That's what I saw the last time. Like, this is some friggin' ground. That's red clover there, it looks like. Doing some cover crop stuff. And part of me wishes I got into ground like this, like I moved to a place that was just farming, but at the same point, I don't think I'd have the diversity and Like, I get bored if all I did was crop farm. Like, yeah, I could haul some manure out here and things like that, but jumping in a silage truck or seeing other people. So part of me wishes I was out here, but the other half, I'm really content on where I'm at. And I think as far as the content side, you guys get a lot of diversity because of that. Not every day it's the same exact thing, unless we're all in manure, but you can only do so much truck driving videos. That's honestly why me driving along here, you guys haven't seen much, because there really hasn't been really anything crazy. We've done a lot of trips west, and the weather is slowly deteriorating out here, but that's all part of it. So we're not supposed to get any of this rain, I don't think. So maybe not for like the next 8 days. So once we get our stuff organized here, we're gonna be go time. There they are, putting soybeans in with the drill. So drill, there's quite a lot of stuff up there. GoPro you can't see as much at the distance, but there's a green Steiger up on the hill and whatnot, and pulling a disc in a rolling basket. So, alrighty, I think we got another 100 and some miles to go. Gaining along. Yep. Train car over there with coal on it. 2 train cars and fuel going the other way. There's been a lot of planters out here. There's another one out there. A lot of red tractors, a few green, a lot of Kinseys. Hell of a setup for planters, I agree. Someday, I think. We'll see what goes on. Yep. Some people, they're still pushing along out there, I think. I think the rain's actually going to miss everybody up north here. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked at the weather too much, but that's what I'm thinking. Getting right after it. I messed up. Ohio, cheapest fuel I saw was, what did we say, $3.77, whatever it was. We just pulled into Indiana because we're going into Indiana a little bit. Oh, I'm going north. Just north of Fort Wayne. It's 429 here. Oops. Hopefully I got enough fuel. We'll get back into Ohio and get that cheap stuff again. It all adds up when you're doing trips like this. Alrighty. Told the gentleman we would be there at 6 o'clock. GPS says 6:01. We'll see if we can shave that 1 minute off and be right on the money. Into Indiana we go. This is all planted here. Never mind, Indiana has cheap fuel too. I hate how the truck stops and everything jack the price up right off the highway, and then you get off and we're back to 380 something here. So, which is kind of wild, because so New York right now, I see anything from like I got 409 last night to 489, and then gas is all about the same at like 360 something. Out here gas is like 360 to 370, and diesel's like 370 to 380. So kind of a messed up place. I get it, it works off of taxes and stuff, but Angola, Indiana, that's where we're coming through. Can't say I've ever been in here. I don't think so. I don't think so. I love rotaries. They're great. This is a cute little town. Theater and stuff like that. Let's not get in an accident. At least they build their rotaries big enough to get trailers through. At least most of the Northeast has realized not to do that, and it's really screwed up all the traffic. And then they say, oh, no trucks coming through. Alrighty, so all your commerce is not coming through here any longer. Good idea. Yeah, they got some big buildings here. You want your window down, bud? Community center, high schools and everything else like that, middle school. I guess I didn't realize how big of a town this really was. It is gorgeous though, 77. Whew. like. He's excited we're gonna go keep farming. Here are some tile lines that they worked in. The left side of this field's planted, but you can see on the right that the little ridges are all from tile plow. Putting tile in for some drainage. There is some awesome country here. I think I've been here. Big tractor out there working. You can see they put tile in this field too, because you can see all the strips where they worked it in after. So they connected it all together and ran it down to this main line. I take it that's what they did there. It sure looks like it, because they got it going crossways here. I'd say they're doing a little bit of management there, bulldozer, excavator, into the drainage ditch and out. It ain't no 331 though, let me tell you what. Oh, those were good machines. Oh, man. I don't know where I'm going. I'm way off the beaten path. We gotta be close. I am kind of thinking this is where we're going on the left here. For some reason I have a feeling that's where we're going. Kinsey, older one. Yup. It's oh, not too old. Push pull meters, whatnot. Oh, he's got a mini loader. This guy's my friend. We're already friends. Okay, so we got these hoses. We drove all the way for this hose and a diverter valve. Should we put the rest on the trailer? Well, that was a good stop. Dylan called me. He's planting beans right now. And so I was on the phone for a while here, but we're stepping west. That wheat looks good. That's a dairy out there, right? Looks like it. Yep, they got silos. Like drive over pits. Could be beef cows, but I'm gonna go with it's a dairy. So me and Yanko are stepping back east. We're stepping east, not west. We got something on the trailer now. When we stop, I'll show you exactly what it is. You saw it as it was getting loaded. The gentleman there, awesome guy. We were actually in I think it was the Kenzie John Deere planner group on Facebook, and somebody had said, does anybody have marker arms for an 8-row or 12-row or something like that? And he mentioned that he had 8-row marker arms, which, why do I need marker arms? Does anybody know? Yeah, we might plant with the GPS, but it's still always good to have marker arms. Due to, wow, there's a lot of cool random stuff out here. Seed tender right here. So planter has to be somewhere in here. Usually, oh, is this a semi seed tender? Oh, yeah. Big boy. There's some big ag going on. gonna go look at a tractor. And when I stop there to look at a tractor, I'll explain the marker arms. But I appreciate the gentleman. Spent just about an hour from start to finish there. Probably could have spent all night talking about life. It's amazing how small the world really is. I did used to do some work in that area of Indiana, and I couldn't remember where, and he said the farm's like 6 miles away. I couldn't remember the names, but he knows people that I know that I used to work with. Yeah, pretty sweet. So beautiful weather, 76 degrees. He also thought it was gonna rain, so that's why he wasn't planting yet, but he said, I might jump in and go planting. So I don't wanna hold him up any longer. I love farmers. As a culture, as people, as a group of occupational people, we all, 95, 99% of us all have the same mentality, same goals. You can connect, interact anywhere in the world that you go. So that comes from my old days of New Zealand, working in Chile, working in Mexico. You start talking about cows and crops and equipment, you all got something in common. So not much has actually been done out here, but as he says, it hasn't been the ideal weather. There is people that went pretty gung-ho on planting corn, but when you're planting a lot of acres, you got to start somewhere. That sign back there said, welcome to Ohio. So we're back into Ohio. There's a lot of barns over there and whatnot, buildings. Wheat looks killer. It looks like there's a big grain elevator up here. Yeah. Where was I going with this? Oh, fertilizer tender. What up, homie? Fertilizer tender at 7:30 at night. That looked like a corporate truck. Maybe it wasn't, but I'm just saying, like, it's a Friday night. Here's a seed tender coming too. So this is kind of how my life goes when we go on road trips. If you guys are new to this, we kind of just wing it and hope for the best, and we see some cool stuff. So here's a Steiger. I'm turning somewhere here, 2 miles. There was a Steiger with the rolling baskets. Is it this? It is this road. Do you think the guy with the Ford's gonna realize that I'm turning? I hope so. Yep, he got over. We're good. There's more fertilizer tenders. So these are seed hopper tenders. The sign on the road back there said, no, your GPS is wrong. I should look what I'm getting myself into. That, what is that? That's a church. Or it's a school. I'm going to a different place. I'm going like 4 minutes away. So it's not a cut through. I'm going to, well, we're going to a dealership. But look at this beautiful night. Definitely some rain south. God, I love farm country. Like, I'm in a good area where I'm at now, but there's just something to be said about when all your neighbors are farmers. You got grain places like this and whatnot. Well, shops and a little 6R. Actually, that might be a 5. No, that might be a 6. KFG, pickup in the driveway. Another grain site there. Well, shop buildings. That looks like bedded pack or something. Maybe beef, but I don't know. Part of the reasoning for going into Indiana was the fact that there's a few tractors out this way that I would like to look at. Not that tractor. This is where they are. I think we take a right here. I think that they also probably farm and they have a dealership. I don't know. Yep, there's tractors on the lot. Okay, we're at Ritzler in Eden, New York, I think, maybe. I don't remember actually. But I figured, I'll walk around and I'll tell you guys what I'm doing. I figured I was out here, I might as well swing in and check out what they got because I saw some that I like. I do like these Magnums. For what I'm doing, I think they're out of my price range now. But yeah, some good stuff here. I don't even remember. Phone won't load, nothing. But It was like 30 minutes from where I picked up. Okay, let me explain what I'm doing. Got these Yetter 8-row narrow adjustable marker arms to get rid of the John Deere ones for 2 reasons. I can back the planter underneath cover and they don't rip into the bushes when you go by on the side, and they're the correct length. So those are my 2 big things. That little case is pretty sweet. $485. That's not why we're here. I like that sprayer though too. I'm gonna have to pull up that and see what they want for that. Maybe we can make a package deal, be in a good place. But this 4840 is really why I'm here. That 42 looks cool too, but the 4840 is more what I was thinking. 7730, 7700. I figured I should stop in and look at it. They did put a ton of pictures on. I like it. 3 remotes. It is a big 1000, so I got to think about that. Since you can't run 540 stuff without an adapter, which we know, we've done that before. Okay, it says it's got 6197 hours. This thing is actually very sharp. Like, this is a missing piece that isn't in my tractor, the 27. But 3 remotes, quad range. I like this. I like this a lot. Does it start? I don't want to really start something like that. Probably been sitting, needs the pump primed, but it does crank over. I don't know, this is kind of what I'm thinking for a planting tractor. Can run disc as well if I need it. Yeah, it just had a little bit of air in it. So they got a 466 in them. I don't know if I want a 4840. I think this might be a more nimble tractor for what I'm trying to do with it. Row cropping with it. Just need some axle duals probably for the future. 18438 is what the equivalent of that is. I'm a fan. We might have to make a deal on this. We got to figure out our timing and trucking. We're not going to truck this ourselves. But it's got inner weights, no duals. Need some lights. Cab seems good. I like it. It's bigger than what I was pulling, which isn't a bad thing. The booms are still 60 foot. Still the same setup. Yeah, it's narrowed up, so you can widen it out, which I would, but going on a trailer, that's about perfect. So I don't know, that looks pretty cool. I'm just wandering around. This guy's wandering around too. I like this sprayer, but I think so how many gallons is that? 800 times 10, 800 gallon. So not that much bigger, just a different layout in the front, which makes it look bigger. The booms look like they sit further off, but they really don't. Oh, they got some corn heads. Nothing of an 8. Alrighty. We should probably go see the next one, since we just got a look. So this is 7700. Like, this would have been a great loader tractor, just too big for what I was looking for. And they got all those mothballs in there. It smells like peppermints. I think that's what those are. Oop. So that would have been a great loader tractor, but we would not have been able to get in the back barn. So I'm trying to kill, well, you know what I'm saying. This thing looks pretty good too. But it's power quad. I guess that's okay. Very sharp still. And you gotta look at the Magnums. Someday I'll probably own a Magnum. This probably would be a good tractor. I bet this is 50 grand, if not more. Got LEDs all around. Yep. Very sharp, very sharp. So this is the 50th edition of the 7240s. 9150. With these wheels, I've seen those before. Then you got some smaller loader tractors and whatnot, but yeah, came to look at that 4640, and that sprayer caught my eye. We do got to figure that out. I'm gonna have somebody come in, or what we're gonna do. But I'm a fan of that 4640 at this moment. I did just notice something. How do you twist that drawbar like that? Or the hitch, I guess. This thing must have been sideways somewhere to get it twisted that much. Good to know. That is a hell of a nice 8-row corn head too. We still have to figure that out, so I know we got a little bit of things to do. And a 9510R with some fat rubber all the way around. 7130, good tractors. Alrighty, next spot. See, I thought about coming here for tomorrow so that they were be open, but the timing just didn't work out. Like, this works perfectly fine. I know where the tractor starts. It is what it is at that point. Some people are gonna say, oh, you're gonna buy a tractor without knowing more stuff. That's kind of how the used market works. Tractor's unhooked, they're working on it. That's never a good sign. Hey, the new stuff breaks down too, you guys know. Not just my old junk. Alrighty, 22 miles on this road. What are we on? 107. And we'll be pretty much to the next place. I figured as long as we're out here. Oh, there's some speed tillage on a 9R. Deer speed tillage. You don't see many of them anywhere but the Midwest, I guess, in Wisconsin, Minnesota's. You don't see any in the Northeast. We got mock. What are they? Mock, Dagelmans, Lumpkins are coming around. So, Great Plains. Well, yeah, as far as deer, this is just proper though. Beautiful fields. Fertilizer, just parked nicely next to the barn. Like, just well-kept items all over the place. Little big butt action with some anhydrous going on. That is cool. That's something you don't think you see in Ohio. Decent size elevator setup. We had the option of taking 90 or taking the back road. Back road was 2 minutes quicker. Of course, we're gonna go back road. So, Kent sign, which that's the feed truck that I got. Frey and Sons in Archbold, Ohio. We were in Eden, Ohio. I hope the gate's unlocked to go in and just see. I guess they do auctions here, but they also do sell stuff. I think it's right up here anyways. There's a lot of stuff on this lot. Yeah, no, that's not it. It's a 4430. I take it they got in. I take it we can get in. Maybe it's locked. That would disappoint me. But Yoder and Frey. Nope, gate's locked. Auction times. That's not the same 4440. That one's a different one. Huh. Well, kind of a pain that we can't get in there. They do hay auctions, I guess, here too, because as you see, all these bales are sitting around. There's a 48. Right. I think there's probably peanut on every. So they do auctions, but they do sell stuff right out. But the fact that they're trying to sell it outright makes me a little concerned. A 6620. That 48 don't look bad. That's a 90-foot Hardy sprayer. Somebody did hit me up with a 90-foot, and I told them it's just too much. It's too much sprayer for me. Like too wide, it doesn't line up right. So 60-foot, 20-foot planter, 3 passes, so 2 around the outside, and you can run on the inside rows, and then you're good to go. I'm actually pretty disappointed that I can't go in and just see them, but it wasn't that far out of the way. Let's come over here. I do not actually see it at all. I'm sure it's in there. There's a lot of stuff in there. Kind of dead set on that 4640. There's another 4640 that I might have a friend of mine look at. And I'm sure there's going to be some people that say, oh, this, that, blah, blah, blah about them. The only downside is it doesn't have a 540. Otherwise, it's a great row crop tractor. If they can't pull the disc, we probably shouldn't be there. It probably is too muddy. So, nice silage truck though. Bit of everything. Flat nose fertilizer tender. It's down there, I can see it. I think. Dang. Yep. It's down there. I don't think there's any way to just walk through there, which I can't blame them for having it locked up like that, a huge yard. Yep, it's tucked in behind there. Ooh, they got one of those mini grain carts. These are ridiculous. Like they're way overpriced, but alrighty. The fact that it is sitting in an auction yard for sale deters me quite a bit. So, and I don't think a 44 is really what I want. Usually they're overpriced for what they are. I know, it's just the market. You coming with me or are you staying here? Next auction is June 13th, so they'll probably, if it's not sold, run it through the auction. I don't think a 44 is what I want in my life. Pulling discs, so what's the difference between a 44, some weight, 44 is 144 horsepower, a 4640 is 165 PTO, 190 engine. That's what that one says it's rated at. I'll have to look at tractordata.com, but yeah. Well, we've been here, we've seen that. We're gonna keep going. Probably won't see much more. It's gonna get dark. That is a sharp 44 there, but the axles are short and got small rubber on the front. How you been? Oh, you want dinner? I better feed you dinner. I'll feed you dinner, and then I'll figure out where we're staying tonight and what we're doing for dinner. One scoop, everybody knows the rules. Give me a paw. Okay. I'll get you some water too. You can eat dinner. Decent place here. Okay, made it to our hotel for the night. You ready for bed? I'm gonna edit some video. Rain's doing these are good. They're washing right up. Stopped, got some food. Yanko has a little bit of steak in a to-go box, and we're gonna go in, wake up, load that trailer. Gonna have a good day. So appreciate you guys watching along, and I'll see you guys on the next one.